Welcome to the 9th episode of the Prattle. It is the evening of Sunday, February 11. Today, unfortunately, we are without our co-host TCB, as he has an interview with Simon Fraser University as the head coach for the basketball team. But we add the alleged D3 national champion swimmer, Mac Robertson. Today, we've got a lot of stories outside the major sports we normally cover, but we still go over things from around the NBA and college basketball. We have 3 whole segments today, with Big 3, Would You Rather, and Crunch Time at the end. But first, I'll introduce Mac, the alleged PP, alleged national champion, friend of the show. His initials are BOM. You guys can figure that one out. Mac, welcome to the show, dude. We kind of forced you on by calling you out, but glad you can make it.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, welcome.
I would just like to start out by calling the Prattle out. You are fake news. You come on at me last week saying I'm an alleged D3 national champion. You asked where the video is. I actually have video evidence. I'm willing to share that with any of you if you'd like. And yeah, Alan, you called me some names last week. Included a few bleeps in there, but
Did he call you names, though? I think it was just bleeps.
One could say they were bleeps. I took it for a little more than just the bleeps. But I'd just like to say, you probably have some of the most trash takes I've ever heard in my life. Okay? I was listening to an earlier episode today, just getting the hang of things. Didn't want to come on here and make a fool of myself. Very hard for me to do anyways. But TCB mentioned that a potential Division I football player came up to him after a basketball game and told him how trash your takes are. So it's not just me. But you have some trash takes. And I would also like to mention during the NFL playoffs especially, you very much enjoyed your slap bets. It made me start to wonder if you have a fetish for that. Yeah, bold take, but I'm starting to wonder it because we all remember the infamous slap. Some of you will know about that, but yeah, I think Pops has a slap fetish.
Alan, do you want to make a slap bet if that's true?
I mean, every night before I go to bed, I say my prayers and I slap myself senseless. Because I like being slapped so much, you know? Just kidding. That is absolutely wrong. I'm so confident in my picks that...
Hey, how many have you gotten right? I'm willing to go back and listen. I don't think you've gotten one right.
I got Eagles. The Eagles right. I picked the Eagles to win.
Win it all.
I don't think that's true. You picked the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exposed.
You guys got me. Okay. I'll give you my takes. My takes aren't the best, but you guys keep listening to them, so that's on you guys. I mean,
I respect it. It's good to be on, though. Really good. Nice talking with you boys tonight.
For sure. Glad to have you on, big fella. First, we're going to start it out with, since TCB isn't on, obviously we miss him. He's doing big things over at Simon Fraser University, hopefully. But he is a small baller, and the rest of us are big ballers. So we're going to give you a big baller update in his absence. Around the big baller world, some new things popping up. Big Baller brand has introduced water. So they're now selling Big Baller water.
I would be purchasing that, definitely. You gotta be hydrated, but you need the water in your body to be a big baller too, not just small baller water.
LeVar Ball says,
yeah.
Also,
LeVar Ball says, if you invest in water, guess what? Money will flow as well. When you feel tired, what's your first wish? Give me some water. That's marketing.
Wow, I'm sold. Also, LeVar is branching out. He tried to go after my Tar Heels. He tried to recruit UNC signee Kobe White to play in his junior basketball association. LeVar, good luck with that.
I would just like to say something about the DM and the Junior Ballers Association. I think this is probably one of his greatest ideas yet. To bring in these high recruits and have them play. Like, who the heck would not watch that before they go to the NBA? I know for sure I would, and they wouldn't be getting exploited by the NCAA as they do now, making millions of dollars for their universities, but they get nothing in return. I think LeVar Ball has like a great idea here. He just needs someone to help him implement it.
I agree.
I for sure would go play for him, if I was a recruit as well.
Honestly, in a perfect world, it seems like a great idea, but it's not a perfect world, and there's so many things that have to go into play for this to work out. You need a huge player pool of players to choose from, which is very difficult because everyone wants to go play college basketball instead of this league he wants to create. And these players don't realize that I think LeVar promised them like $100,000 or something. But like
I think it was $10,000 a month.
Right, and that they're probably playing basketball for 4 or 5 of those. So I mean, does LeVar actually have the money for that? Like, come on. Like, yes, this is a big baller move, but sometimes you need to take a step back and realize, okay, maybe Lithuania basketball is better.
It would take a lot of players to commit to that in order to have more than 2 teams. First of all, you'd have to have coaches, you'd have to have a bunch of recruits, and then maybe they'd land 1 or 2 of those big-time recruit type guys, but then you'd have a bunch of scrubs on the rest, so it wouldn't be that great of basketball. I think they'd have a hard time getting those big names to all come at once, you know?
Yeah, but most of those big names are people who go to college and then are getting money from the boosters and stuff. Like, a great example is at Louisville, that guy taking all the money, but why wouldn't they want to go there, get $10,000? And I'm sure you can get a ton of marketing from a number of sponsors to get this like going and make sure that the players get their money.
I think it's certainly possible, but like you said, it would take a lot and a lot of help, and it wouldn't be just LeVar DMing kids, you know?
Yeah, I respect that.
I think people overreact to when the NCAA exploits their players because, especially in college basketball, the players that are getting this kind of money are there for 1 year and then they're making millions in the NBA. So, like, is 1 year that bad that they don't even want to go play college basketball? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
They're missing out on $6 million that they could have been making going pro.
Yeah, but you could make that in like your second or third contract in the NBA. I don't know. It just.
Well, why not now?
Because it's risky.
I don't know. Like, right. The only players that are exploited by the NCAA is the college football players because they have to stay in college longer, and they're in a more physical game. And like you see, like big players like Marcus Lattimore from South Carolina, who absolutely destroyed his knee. I mean, like that dude could have made millions in the NFL, but he was taken down by the NCAA and the system. Like, college football players are the only ones that are getting ruined by the NCAA more than college basketball players, in my opinion.
I just want to take a minute to talk about how naive we might be as college basketball fans to believe that recruits are getting paid to play in college. I've been looking at a couple of lists about the teams that are getting investigated by the FBI and the NCAA, and it's teams like Louisville, obviously, but Auburn, Arizona, USC, I think LSU, Miami, and these are just the teams that are getting caught, you know. In my opinion, I think we'd be very naive to think that teams like Kentucky and Duke, maybe UNC, Michigan State, those big teams, they're paying these kids, but they're just the best at not getting caught.
I mean, that's fair, but it's hard for me to sit here and say, yeah, Tom Izzo pays his players, but it's possible.
How is it that these kids are getting paid at Louisville, Arizona, USC, and these teams are awful? What about the winning teams? How do they get these recruits?
I don't think that the head coaches themselves are paying. It's the boosters and like other coaches that are paying them, and then the head coach just turns an eye to it and doesn't really worry about it. But I don't think it's the head coaches making that decision for the players.
Talking on that with college basketball, let's move on into what's going on right now in college basketball. We recently had Virginia going down. We had the early top 16 come out. We've had a couple other big games going on around the league. Fellas, what are your thoughts on those?
Man, I watched that Virginia Tech game, and it was awful. The offense there was terrible to watch, and they went to overtime and still both scored around 50 points. And this game just goes to show again how vulnerable these top 10 teams are. You had Villanova losing last week, St. John's. Duke is on back-to-back losses. Purdue is on back-to-back losses. Virginia lost, and it looks like Michigan State's going to be the number one team. But it's just crazy how college basketball is going this year.
Yeah, that game was brutal to watch. Virginia was just chucking up threes at every possession at one point. It was tough to watch. Like, no one got in the paint. It was bad offense.
Right, they had 6 points in the paint in regulation.
Yeah, that's bad. Oh, my goodness. Like, their defense is very good. Mm-hmm. But if they want to do well in March, they got to figure out that offensive game. Because a team that's hot come March and just hitting threes, Virginia's going to go down.
I agree.
I thought Virginia game that was really bad. It just seems like Virginia the past few years, everyone talks about how great their defense is, and everyone's saying, oh, like they're gonna go far. And then they end up losing because once you get to March Madness, like you win games by scoring points. So I don't think they're too much of a factor when it will come to March Madness. I think Purdue looks fantastic. But they've also shown the past few years, come March, they don't really like to do much in that month. And then I think Duke right now, personally for me, you guys have been talking the last few episodes about who you guys think will go all the way. I have Duke going all the way for me. Marvin Bagley is just way too much for anyone to handle. And when you have a player like Grayson Allen playing that emotionally each game, other players feed off that, and yeah, they're on back-to-back losses right now, but I'm not worried about anything. And little do people know this fact, Marvin Bagley has been actually playing in the Drew League during his summers the past few years. So he's already been playing with other NBA players. That man is a beast. That's all I got to say about him.
Mac, I want to go back to a point you made about Virginia. I see what you're saying about how they could be eliminated early in the tournament. I think a factor that is underestimated by a lot is star power. Sometimes it takes somebody like Miles Bridges to hit that huge shot in crunch time, right? Or someone like Marvin Bagley that you can count on every possession, or Grayson Allen, or Joel Berry or Luke May. It's not just
Get out
it's
of
not
here.
just a team. In March, you got to be there every game. You have to be hitting shots that nobody is supposed to be hitting. And when you have somebody like that, when you have somebody that you can count on, it helps everyone else around them. So I see what you're saying about Virginia. That's something to like about Duke, like you said.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. But yeah, I think Duke will go far. Michigan State, Miles Bridges, he's a really good player. Um, I think he'll do a lot come March because big players, they perform big when it matters. And he learned a lot last year because he did not perform well in the big games. I specifically remember one game in their little Champions Classic last season when he played horrible to begin the season. And ESPN did an article preseason of this year, and he spoke about that game and how much it meant to him. And then he ended up playing like trash. I think that's really fueling him to try to get to that national championship game, and that's the whole reason he came back this year. So, no, I'm interested to see, though. These top 16 rankings I think are horrible, with Michigan State at 3, Purdue and Virginia at 1. But, I mean, it's way too early to start telling because you still have multiple games left, plus all the conference championships. And someone always, like Michigan last year, comes out of that doing really well.
Two big rankings that stood out to me. They have Oklahoma as a 4 seed. That's ridiculous. They're 500 in the Big 12, and I mean with Trae Young, sure he's a little pocket rocket and he's doing some crazy things, but they don't play the best way that they could. Another one is Michigan State. They had them as a 3 seed when they're probably the best team in basketball at this very moment. They'll probably be the number 1 seed in the AP coming Monday.
Yeah, that ranking of Michigan State was very disrespectful. That game they played against Purdue, Tom Izzo crafted the perfect game plan. Yes, it was close. They couldn't really contain that big guy in the middle, Haas, but they did what they can with the other guys. I think Miles Bridges played phenomenally. We played well without Jaren Jackson. He was in foul trouble, only had 4 points the whole game, and we still came out with a dub. I'm feeling pretty confident in this Sparty squad, and hopefully come tournament time they can carry that over because we've seen it in the past before where they had that 2 seed and they blew it, which was hard to watch. But hopefully with this veteran, I would call them veteran squad, they can make a run in March. It would be fun to watch.
One thing they do need to do to prove themselves is they need to show that they can win on the road. They have the 1 win over North Carolina at the neutral site, but other than that, all their big wins have been at home. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true. They have a stretch of games coming up where 3 of the 4 are away. So we'll see how well they play.
Yeah, and come conference championship season, that's when we usually find who's the real deal. But going back to these top 16 ratings, I think one of the committee members came out and said they're doing more like RPI or Ken Palm, for those of you that know him, type ratings. So that's probably why you see Xavier at 3 and Texas Tech at 10. So that might explain those rankings. But it still doesn't mean I like them. Some of them don't make sense at all. I don't think North Carolina is a 3 seed right now. I don't think Michigan State is a 3 seed right now. I don't think Tennessee deserves their ranking. So it's just, I think it's too early. I think hopefully they'll figure out come late March. But we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. And if you guys don't mind, do you guys have anything else to say about college basketball? Otherwise, you can move on to NBA real quick.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
Yep.
NBA, obviously we talked trade deadline hard on the last episode. We had Isaiah Thomas making his debut as a Laker. And then we had the revamped Cavs taking it to the Celtics today. We'll start with the Cavs-Celtics, Paul Pierce's retirement game. But what do you guys think about the results about that game? The results of that game.
LeBron's back, baby.
The Cavs are back.
The Cavs are back. They needed this. They needed this trade deadline. They needed to make moves, and they executed it. And this was a result of a good trade deadline.
Like I said, credit to the GM. I think, in my opinion, this is like personification of that you versus the Cavs she told you not to worry about. You know, last week they were old and lazy and shallow and hostile toward each other. Now they're young and athletic. They're energized. They're cohesive. This one game with this new squad, they looked better than they have all season, which is just incredible. And they have still so much room to grow with their youth. And LeBron has so much wisdom to pour into these guys. I mean, they're back in it.
Yeah, the East is wide open right now. We have the up-and-coming Pistons, the revamped Cavs, the strong Celtics, and the shocking team, the Toronto Raptors, at the number 1 spot in the East. Wow.
First place.
Told you guys, they were my
I'm
championship. They were my championship pick. Don't sleep.
Yeah, I'm shocked. They've moved some pieces. They didn't move pieces during the trade deadline, but they brought in Serge Ibaka over the offseason. DeMar DeRozan's playing good basketball. Kyle Lowry is always solid at the point. It's obviously they're doing good. They're doing something right over there in Toronto. It might be Drake.
The OVO jerseys.
It's God's plan. It's God's plan.
Mac, you got anything on the Cavs? I know you're a big LeBron homer. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm a major LeBron fan. LeBron, if you look at his numbers, actually played well, really well, but not one of his best games of the season, and yet they absolutely destroyed the Celtics. I think the fact that he has good players around him now is really helping him, and he doesn't need to carry as much of the load, which will help come playoff time when he's much more rested than the competition. And it's amazing to me also, people always talk about how they don't play defense in the NBA, yet the Cavs just gave away all their defensive liabilities, and they got back some pretty good defenders. In their first game, they absolutely are destroying people. So it's pretty amazing how defense can change the game. So yeah, I think the Raptors, come playoff time, like usual, will not do anything. And you can never bet against LeBron in the playoffs, not until he doesn't make the finals. Same thing with Tom Brady. Those are the only two athletes you can never bet against, LeBron and Tom Brady. So until he doesn't make the finals, you can't bet against him.
Mac, I'm curious to know who you have in the finals and who you think will win.
Oh, easily it's going to be the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Who do I want to see win? The Cavaliers. Whom do I think is going to win? The Golden State Warriors. You can't bet against either of those teams. They've just been so much better in the playoffs than any other team. And I mean, you have a big four in Golden State, and no other team has more than three. But one thing I do think is very interesting to watch, especially this postseason, will be the Rockets against them. James Harden's playing out of his mind right now. And another team to mention too, our Deans is Thunder. It really has looked like they've hit some strides and like figured out how to play with each other. So it could be interesting, but I think Golden State, with their history of winning in the playoffs, won't be matched once they get there, because they can be down 30 with 1 quarter left and win by 15. That's just how good they are. So, but yeah, I'm very interested. Can't wait for the March Madness and then NBA playoffs directly after.
Yeah, Mac, I like what you said about the Rockets. People were talking about how there's only one ball there, and when you have Chris Paul and James Harden, that might be an issue. But they've been a perfect match, it seems like. And I think someone that's underrated for them is Clint Capella. He's the real deal, man. He's been up there with any of the big men across the league. But I agree with your finals pick, and I agree with who you think will win. It's just how it's gonna be, man.
Don't sleep, though. That is what we thought with the Patriots against the Eagles.
Very true. Very true. Mac, I want to know your take on this. Do you think LeBron is staying in Cleveland?
No, there's not a chance he's staying in Cleveland, especially now. They made these changes. LeBron GM made these changes to help him win this season. These guys will not help him win for the next 5 years that he's in the league. Could be longer than that. But these guys will not help him win after that. Lakers actually just opened up 2 spaces for max deals. So he's easily going to Lakers. That's my take on that. But, yeah, I think there's no way he stays after this year.
What if they get
If
a
they win a
championship? Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if they win the championship, he's not staying. Like, they have these guys, they're not young enough to keep with him another 5-6 years. Because LeBron's easily playing for another 5-6 years. Statistically, he's playing his greatest basketball season of his career. So that he's not regressing at all. He's playing at least another 5 or 6 years. Why would he stick around with these guys? They're not that good to keep up with him. So he's gone. He's going to play with Lonzo. They have Kyle Kuzma, just drafted. They have Brandon Ingram. They have a bunch of young guys, Julius Randle. They're all young. He'll help mold them into a better team, and the Lakers are going to be really good when he goes there.
Yeah, before this trade, I thought LeBron was definitely staying in Cleveland, but after this trade, I don't know. There's a chance he'll leave. I think what we're going to see with LeBron is him signing these 1 to 2 year contracts, so he has options come off seasons. I don't know what.
Well, that's what he's been doing for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. So hopefully, I would like to see him stay in Cleveland because I don't know why you would leave after all you've done, and why would you leave to Los Angeles? Because yeah, they give you a max deal, but like if you're wanting to win and keep up with that MJ legacy, like why would you leave to a younger team? It doesn't make sense.
They're
To get
better than
rings.
this team.
Rings is what does it. Rings is what takes him to the level of Michael Jordan.
Right. So
And
why?
they're better than this team.
I don't know. I don't get why he would want to leave to a young team and not join up with some veterans like in Houston or something like that.
It's not about a young team or whether they're young or old. It's about if they're a better team.
And I don't think the Lakers are a better team. I mean, yeah, Kyle Kuzma is an up-and-coming player. Lonzo Ball's up-and-coming player. Brandon Ingram, but that's going to probably be in 4 or 5 years. I mean, LeBron wants to win right now. And he knows he has a limited time. So why not go to a better team than the Lakers?
I respect that, him not going to the Lakers. But do any other team have enough space for him to come there? Because he's not taking a pay cut.
Right, and I think that's why he would stay in Cleveland.
I don't know why he wouldn't take a pay cut. He did it in Miami.
I
That's
think
true. I mean, I'm just,
He-
I don't know.
He makes his billions on endorsements. It's not about the NBA contract.
right.
Yeah.
Let's
I don't know. I don't think he stays in Cleveland, but he's, I don't know where he goes. I say the Lakers, though.
If it is the
It's gonna be an
Lakers,
interesting offseason.
if it is the Lakers,
Well, and,
go ahead.
I was going to say they have 2 spots, so they can also sign Paul George. They have 2 spots to get signed, like, max contracts.
That's true.
Well, that can turn into 3 spots if they take pay cuts, you know?
Yeah, well,
Right.
even if it's just 2, it's Paul George, LeBron James, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma,
Isaiah
Brandon
Thomas.
Ingram, Julius Randle, Isaiah Thomas. Come on, that team is way better than the team LeBron is on right now.
But would he leave that team if they won a championship this year?
Yeah, he would. Because the team next year will be better than... The Lakers will be better than the team next year for the Cavs.
That's a good point, though, Alan. They might have the free agent spots as well, so I don't know the statistics, but if they do win this year, why wouldn't they be able to put to attract Paul George or Klay Thompson or someone like that?
Right, exactly.
Because it's Cleveland versus Los Angeles.
All good points. I think we're ready to move on, though. After that Cavs game, we had the Paul Pierce retirement.
Yeah, Paul Pierce had his jersey retired. Obviously, wanted to see a good game. Unfortunately, got the Cavs beating the Celtics pretty bad. But what do you guys think about Paul Pierce's career? Like, do you think obviously he got into the league around when we were really young, but you think his career was overrated, underrated, just right? Like what?
In the words of Draymond Green, he's not Kobe.
The off-brand Kobe.
Fellas, is Paul Pierce even like a top 100 player all time?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. He's up there in scoring. He's probably, I forget the number. He's around 25th all time in scoring. And he led to the Celtics to multiple Eastern Conference championships, and even triumphed over LeBron a couple times there. So he's a great player. He's, I'd say, the second best Celtic of all time.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think the big thing with Paul Pierce, though, is he was just so quiet. Like, he was kind of like a Carmelo Anthony type. I mean, Carmelo isn't as good, but Paul Pierce would, like, spot up for a shot instead of taking it to the hoop and jamming over somebody or having a flashy three-pointer like Ray Allen would or something like that. He was just a scorer. Like, he would just score from wherever he could.
People forget that Celtics team was the original Big Three. And they didn't do it in free agency. They built.
They brought over Kevin Garnett.
I mean, but it wasn't like Chris Bosh and LeBron James.
I mean, right. I think Paul Pierce's legacy is a little overrated. Kevin Garnett was definitely the best Celtic on that team during that time. And I don't think the Celtics have as many championships throughout that time if they never brought in Kevin Garnett.
I think Paul Pierce needs to stop complaining. He complained so much about Isaiah Thomas going to get his little video, but now he just got his jersey retired and he wasn't even there. So Paul Pierce is now not my. He does not have my vote for anything. I don't like him.
Not my Paul Pierce.
Get out of my face.
It's a hot take there, Primetime Mac, that is.
Well, yeah, he needs to get out of my face. Stop complaining. No one cares about you anymore.
Get out of my
Paul
face,
Pierce.
quote Mac Robertson.
Paul Pierce, come on the pod to defend yourself.
Come on the pod when I'm on here.
And get out of his face.
Get out of my face. Yeah, good thing we're on the podcast, so I can't even see you.
Yeah, screw you, Paul Pierce.
Yeah, get out of my face, Paul.
Yeah.
Who names their kid Paul? Who names their kid Paul?
Wait, chill out,
That's a
guys.
trash name. Get out of my
initials, his initials are PP.
He's a representative.
Oh God.
Wait, we messed up, Paul. We take it all back.
No, I don't take it back. Get out of my face, Paul. No one likes you. You don't deserve your jersey retired. You don't deserve the Hall of Fame.
Sheesh.
Does anyone know?
Who are you? Who are you?
Hey, Mac, or does anybody know what number Paul Pierce was?
34.
Okay. Just making sure people.
69.
Just making sure people knew. All right. I think that's all we got content-wise. We'll move on to segments, unless anybody's got anything else to say. Unless Max says, "Get out of my face."
Now I'm ready.
Then we'll move on.
Segment season.
It is segment season.
Get out of my face.
And we're gonna start with the big three. And the theme is going to be Winter Olympic events we could compete in. Obviously, the Winter Olympics going on. I can't say I've been following them.
Any Olympic event. Any Olympic event.
Any Olympic event, okay. That we could compete in. Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
I'll go first.
Wait, tell me, are we doing serpentine?
Yeah, TCB isn't here to mess it up.
Yes,
So
yes.
Okay.
Snake draft.
Snake.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll start. Actually, no, Mac, you start.
All right. Yeah, I'll start. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Guest first.
I'm
Guess
going to be
first.
honest. I don't know the events list.
All right, I'll go
Okay, yeah,
first.
go ahead.
So my first one is curling. I would love to compete in curling.
Good pick. Yeah, great pick.
Overrated, but okay. Westman, go.
How is that overrated?
It takes very little skill to compete in curling.
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
And you could compete in it.
you need to do some
Alan,
research.
take your pick. Take your pick.
My pick?
Yeah.
My first
ahead.
pick is bobsled.
Dang it.
Good. I had that too. That was good pick.
Yeah, it would be sweet to go like 100 miles an hour in a very small bobsled and trust I won't die. So that would be fun.
I mean, no offense, but you'd help with momentum too.
True.
Okay.
All this,
Get a good push there at the beginning.
very true.
Deans, are you ready or I'll go?
I'll go. I'm going to say hockey. I've played enough broom ball in my day. I think I could compete in hockey.
Well, true. And in hockey, you could just sit the bench the whole time.
Yeah, I could compete on the bench. I could do that.
On the bench, yeah. Cheer your team
Exactly. Represent Team USA.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my pick.
Okay. So I've got two picks here. I'm going to go with handball and speed walking.
Handball. I thought we were doing Winter Olympic.
No, what?
Any
Wesley
Olympics.
changed the rules so he could
There's-
pick handball.
There's not enough events.
Oh, what the cheese, dude.
Sorry.
Stick with Winter Olympics. Wesley's making his own rules.
No,
Oh my
I'm serious. Like, give me a
Why
year.
would no?
Do you want me to switch? I
Yeah.
have plenty.
Why are we doing Olympics when it's the Winter Olympics going on right now?
Because there's only like 15 events.
That
This is
doesn't mean you can't go.
this is us
There
trying to
should be
care
other
about the
events.
Olympics. The Winter Olympics.
Just go, Wesley. I don't care anymore.
Now, I'm sticking with my
Thanks,
picks. then.
Wesley. You pissed off our guests.
Speed walking and handball.
Jesus, Wesley.
Well, the problem with that is Mac is a swimmer, and Winter Olympics is just swimming but colder.
It's swimming in the snow. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Classic.
All right, it's my turn
All right.
again. Alan, I know you weren't trying to take my pick.
No, I was gonna say it's your pick.
Okay. I'm gonna say, is cross country skiing one? Okay,
Yes.
because I do that walking to class anyway, so I think I could compete. I think I could compete in that one. I was gonna say speed walking in the snow, but Wesley kind of took that. But that's my pick.
Respect. My pick is luge. Luge. I don't really know what it is. I'm looking at a picture right now, and it's a person laying on their back on like some sort of sled thing, going really fast. So that would be fun. I'm a big sled guy, so because I'm not athletic enough to ski or snowboard, so laying on my back sounds fitting.
So I'm gonna stick with the Winter Olympics because I'm not never mind. But I'm gonna go with dog sled racing. I think that should be included first off, and second off, that'd be so hype. Can you imagine watching that? Just like in and out, like going to commercials and stuff. But like that takes like a couple days, doesn't it? Of just
Yeah.
dogs going across like long distances, and like you have food and water packed for you, and you're just standing there whipping your dogs, trying to win.
All right, Mac, I'm putting you on the spot here. Big three of dogs you would draft.
Big three of dogs. What do you mean of dogs?
Dogs you would draft to be on your dog sled team.
Okay. So, the
Air
goat.
Bud.
No, hey, whoa. I'm getting my dogs.
Clifford.
My dogs. All right, so Alan just named it. Clifford is my first one.
Oh, great pick.
Okay, because he's ginormous.
So is he leading the pack?
He's leading the pack. Are you kidding me? All right, my second dog would be my dog, yellow lab. Her name is Ellie.
Shout out Ellie.
Shout out. Name drop too.
Ellie, you want to go for a walk?
Oh, she would immediately start sprinting. And I already have so much firepower on my team, I would have to handicap myself, so I have to go with the Chihuahua.
Oh.
Those are my 3 dogs that are on my team. Those are the only 3 dogs I need. When you got Clifford, that's an automatic dub. Do you imagine how big he is? That dude's bigger than a house.
But he fit inside of a house, didn't he? I don't know. I haven't seen that show in a while.
He was the house.
I think it was like a boat-sized garage.
Hey, don't I have 2 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your last pick.
I think my last one. I really like this one. Ski ballet. I'm watching a video about it right now, actually. So it's figure skating, but on skis. And this dude is taking his poles and just banging them on the ground.
Beautiful.
That looks pretty fun.
Beautiful.
So yeah, that's my last one. All right.
All right, it's
You
my
guys can
turn.
go. I took too long.
It's my turn. You guys took most of mine. Besides Wesley, since he's not following the rules. So I'm going with skeleton. It looks like another.
That's just luge, but facing the other way.
Exactly. Instead of laying on your back, you're on your knees, which I can speak from experience. But yeah, it looks fun. You're going down this little square thing, and yeah,
This picture that I'm looking at on the Time website, it just looks like me when I'm like running and jumping onto a tube going down a hill.
right. You know, like those things in gym class with the 4 little wheels.
Yeah.
Looks exactly like that, but with like skates and down an ice hill.
Absolutely,
So,
that's a good pick.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, and then you run into a pole and die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone died 4 years ago doing that one.
I mean,
R.I.P.
that would be a great way to go out, but
R.I.P. in peace.
For his country.
Yeah, that's true. That's truly dying for your country. Shout out veterans.
all right, who's turn is
Dean's.
it?
Dean's your pick.
What?
Gather yourself, producer Deans.
Truly, shout out veterans. My last pick.
This is great. Good podcasting.
My last pick is
Just say it.
Come on.
I don't even know any other events.
Do
Mine
speed
is
skating.
gonna be hey, whoa. Mine's biathlon.
Okay.
All right,
What are-
respect. I don't know what
what
that
is
is.
Yeah, what are the 2 events?
I don't. Probably skiing.
It's skiing and shooting a gun. Shout out veterans, dude.
True. Yes. Okay. My pick. Last pick. I'll steer it back towards winter. All right. I think Olympic snowball fights. I'll do that one.
Oh,
Love
man.
it.
That's a good one.
That's bold.
And that was big 3 of Winter Olympic events.
We got through it. Shout out to the veterans. But now we're gonna move on to Would You Rather.
I've got one.
Okay, Mac, you can start.
Wesley, go ahead.
Okay. Would you rather be retired 50-0 and just chilling as a billionaire, or try to fight Conor McGregor in the octagon?
Both sound smart. Actually,
I would rather be able to read.
Well, I mean, are we referring to Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather?
yes.
No,
Yeah.
the other one.
The other guy is 50
Oh,
and 0.
Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Conor
Oh.
Mayweather.
I'd
Did I
rather
say
be able
Conor
to
Mayweather?
read.
No, you didn't, Wes.
Okay.
I'd rather be able to read, because then I could function in society.
Hey, stick to the segment. Would you rather?
I would rather be able to read.
I would rather get elbows in my face from Conor McGregor. So, because
Oh, you mean slaps?
exactly, I feed off slaps. For those of you who don't know, I play Borderlands 2, and the character I decided to pick was a character where my teammates could kill
He
me.
has a
And so, I guess I like getting hit a lot. So
It all makes sense now.
the only people that don't
Everyone
hit on
has
me
their
are
own
women,
fetishes.
so.
All right. I would rather just stay retired, do my own thing. But it was bold to take another shot at Conor McGregor. But Mac, you want to go?
Oh God, no, someone
Okay,
else go.
I'll go. It's another serious one. Would you rather be an average player on a championship team or a Hall of Fame player without a ring? Basketball.
Average player.
James Jones?
People forget he went to as many finals as LeBron.
7 straight.
Yeah. I would rather
So maybe he's Hall of Fame.
what was the second one?
Or the
Deans?
White Mamba.
Would you rather be an average player on a championship team or a Hall of Fame player without a ring?
Hall of Fame player. Without a
Agreed.
doubt. Without a
Hall
doubt.
of Fame player.
All right, I got one. Would you rather be a fraud
Bleep.
or a beta? A beta male.
Mac, I think this one's directed at you.
Considering I'm the alpha, I'd rather be a fraud bleep.
So
Because at least you're not getting overpowered by other people.
Good answer.
Wesley?
You know, I'm going to go with fraud bleep. There.
Ooh, very interesting.
Yep.
Deans?
I would also rather be a fraud bleep.
Okay.
I can't be a beta. I can't. Alan, what about you? Your own would you rather?
I think Alan likes being a beta. That's why he likes getting hit and beat up.
Yeah, I would say I'm a beta, but I don't know. I just like being overpowered, you know?
I think Alan's whole fetish
like
is
to-
just being a beta.
I like to be on bottom. I'm a bottom guy.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
And
Wesley,
we're
you have
moving
a would
on.
you rather?
No, we're moving on.
Or
Wait, I have a would you
Mac,
rather.
yeah, Mac has one.
All right, so
Jeez,
maybe
Alan.
some of you won't get this one. You'll have to look it up. Would you rather keep your Tesla or shoot your Tesla in the biggest rocket ever created by man into space and then have it orbit the sun?
The Earth. Orbit the Earth.
No, it's going around the sun too.
What?
No way.
The
Yes,
Earth is
way.
That
flat.
doesn't even make sense.
It would get burnt.
Okay, let me repeat it then. Would you rather keep the nicest Tesla ever created or take that Tesla, put it into the largest rocket ship ever made by man and shoot it into space to go into orbit around the sun?
Send it into space. You know how big of a flex that is?
Yeah, that's a pretty big flex.
That's the biggest advertising move ever. LeVar Ball, take notes.
True.
Yeah,
What
Elon
would be more of
Musk
a
was
flex?
the original LeVar Ball.
Now LeVar just has
Actually-
to send LaMelo into space.
Yeah,
Ooh,
actually,
I like
LeVar came out this week and said LaMelo was his least favorite son. So why not just shoot him into space?
They should start
Well,
a league
'cause-
on the moon.
Yes.
No, yeah, but he can't shoot LaMelo into space because LaMelo's the best ball brother.
No, yeah, and if he's his least favorite, then what is that even saying? That's just throwing garbage into space. You gotta throw Lonzo into space, and then he can start the league.
True.
But Lonzo isn't on the Rockets.
Oh my God. Wesley, enough with your dad jokes.
Or he could send a basketball court into space and then play on that basketball court and create his own planet.
I think LeVar will take one of these and run with it. Great
Or-
ideas, guys.
Or how about this?
LeVar, just credit the Prattle.
How about this? Since the Earth is flat, why don't they go on the other side of the Earth and start their own basketball league?
I like
They
that.
could take Kyrie to.
Yeah.
On the dark side.
With Demogorgon?
Who's the demi? Sure. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's move on. We got one final segment.
That's crunch time, baby.
Duh.
As the previous cruncher, I'm going to hand off the crunch responsibilities over to our guest. Mac, you have something to crunch?
Yeah, let me quick grab it a second.
If you're
Not
a new
even prepared.
PP, a new Prattle person, or a PP as we like to call it, the name of this game is someone is going to crunch a snack, and we are all going to have one guess to guess what it is. Last
Okay.
week, Dean's
No.
crunched a hot Cheeto, and TCB guessed it.
TCB watched me from behind his eyelids. It was truly amazing.
This sounds like some collusion.
It was. I swear. I don't believe it either.
All right, you guys ready?
Put it close to the mic.
Yes,
Carl.
crunch into the mic. Crunch into the mic,
Hopefully
Mac.
this crunches enough.
It's pretty soft. Pretty
Yeah.
softer crunch.
It was
Can-
like a
can we get another one?
fluffier.
Yeah, I can do one
Yeah.
more.
Was that a handful of crunchers, or was that one crunched snack?
One crunched snack.
All right, we need one
Okay.
more round. We always get rounds of 3.
Oh my god.
Is this too much for you to eat?
It's getting
Ah,
stuck
shoot.
in my mouth. I'll give you a hint.
on
It's getting
taper.
stuck in my mouth.
Ooh.
You ready?
Yep.
I'm stumped.
Mac, are you being polite and chewing with your with your mouth closed?
Okay,
I mean, do you chew
I'm
with
ready
your mouth
to.
open?
Do it with your mouth open. One more.
In crunch time,
I
yeah.
did the first 2 times. Oh my god, there's so much in
No,
my mouth right now.
We only get three. We only get 3 crunches.
Okay, you don't have to do it.
I'm doing
Okay.
it. You made me. I got back up. There we go.
Sheesh.
Okay, I'm ready.
This is kind of gross for the peepees.
They like it.
All right,
My guess is classic Lay's.
Ah, that was mine.
Okay, next.
Alan, you got one?
Yeah. I'm going with vanilla wafers.
Oh,
Ooh, nice pick. But
that's a
next.
good guess. I was confident in the Lays. I'm gonna just say barbecue Lays.
Okay, no. Am I gonna tell you guys now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
tell us.
Yes.
Okay, so you all are wrong.
Ah.
Dang.
Sad.
They're-
TCB.
you
isn't
know
here, he would've
those
got it right.
yeah, you know those toasted peanut butter crackers?
Oh.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that's what it was.
So Alan was closest with the cookie.
yeah, it was not a chip, it was a cookie.
And yours was a cracker.
Wait, is that a
so who
cookie,
was
though?
actually close?
I think it's closer to a cookie than it is to a chip.
That's a cracker.
It's definitely a cracker.
But it's got peanut butter, so it's kind of sweet.
But it's 2 cheese crackers, so it's kind of a cracker.
But you can put peanut butter in cookies.
Or on chips.
Can you put
Wow.
cookies in chips?
You could. They make that?
I don't know.
Okay,
I have
I
a
think
crunch
we're
for
done
you
here.
guys.
I'm
we're
pretty
done
sure I've seen that at Family Fair.
Who shops at Family Fair?
Me, because that's the only thing to go to in Albion.
Are they
Okay,
big baller
okay.
chips?
I have a I have a crunch, guys.
Of course, I'm not a small baller. We don't want to hear your crunch, Wesley. This already
No.
took long enough.
Wesley Crunch. I want to get one right.
Okay. This might be hard to get. You might not hear this.
Apple. Apple.
That's not an apple.
Do it again.
Okay, hold on. One more?
Yeah,
Yeah.
do one more, just for me.
This might slump you.
Okay, I got my pick. Is it cheddar flavored Ruffles?
Deans?
Oh goodness. I'm gonna go with your Cool Ranch Doritos. I think those might have been on your mind for a reason.
Alan, are you sticking with Apple?
I'll take that as a yes.
Okay, this was a little outside the box. It was a cucumber.
Are you
Alan was the
kidding me?
closest with apple.
No, it was a cucumber.
Take one
A
more.
Y'all don't-
cucumba. He's got.
A
That's a
cucumber
cucumber.
doesn't crunch that much.
No, yeah, he's
That
eating
thing
it
is
whole.
not ripe.
It is
Wesley, are you
very
eating the
ripe. I'm
cucumber
eating
whole?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's not just he doesn't just have the little slices.
Okay. Who eats a cucumber whole?
Alphas.
An alpha. Exactly.
Wow.
Real bleeps.
Respect.
All right,
All
I
right,
think we
PP.
lost
Numbers.
Alan.
Yeah,
I'm on taper.
It's just water.
You're losing calories, though.
And we're losing our audience because we have not been on track this entire time. PPs, that's all we have for you on this app. I'm sorry we were very off track. Mac really contributed to that, but it was awesome having you, Mac.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me on. Sorry I went a little off course.
I
Thought
loved
should
it.
Bring on some a different vibe to the show.
I loved it.
You guys are a
Great
little
show,
too
best
serious
show yet.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Best
thank
ever.
you
By
guys
far the
for
best show yet.
thank you guys for tuning into the best show yet. Mac was great today. PPs, thank you for listening. I'll talk to you guys later.
Hopefully TCB gets the job. He'll be back. Bye, PPs.
We'll update you. See ya.
Adios.
Shout out veterans.
Sheesh.
Bleep.
Get out of my face.